Funk is back.
They don't want none.
The phenomenal one, AJ Styles. Folks, what's going on? Happy summer, finally. A lot of stuff going on, world of sports, news, entertainment, all that fine jazz. I just want to say a shout out to all the 2018 high school, college, any kind of graduate from any kind of school, whatever. Congratulations to all of you. May your happiness and your future endeavors be great, and all that other fine jazz. Shout out to my little cuz, Chris DeMarco. He's graduating high school today. Shout out to him. Congrats, buddy. We're proud of you. Your aunt and uncle are very proud of you, and so am I and the rest of the family. NBA draft was last night. The Knicks took Kevin Knox. Was it a great pick? No. Was it a terrible pick? No. I wanted Trae Young, but he wasn't there. Then eventually Atlanta took him, or there was a trade and Atlanta got him earlier. The Knicks picked 9th. So I was like, oh, okay, Michael Porter. Michael Porter was injury prone. He had back surgery last year. Any player can get hurt anytime. So it doesn't matter if he's injury prone or not. All players are injury prone. It doesn't matter. To me, every player, any day of the week, can get hurt. So, whatever. But I think they should have got a guard. I like Ntilikina, but like I said, he's not the solution. He's not going to go out there and score you 23 points a game. He's not going to dish out 8 or 9 assists a game. He's good defensively, but he's not an all-around good point guard. But let's say World Cup going on. Not a big fan of soccer, but my father-in-law, shout out to John, his team Croatia, where he's from, his country where he's from, beat Argentina yesterday 3-0. This is, I think, the farthest they've gone in the Cup tournament, I think, in a while. So he's pretty excited. Shout out to him, and I was just as stunned as anybody when they beat Argentina, no less. But like I said, I'm not a big soccer guy, so I don't really follow. Yankees swept the Mariners. They're killing it. I'm not saying anything about the Yankees until they start going down the shitter, which hopefully that doesn't happen. The Mets, on the other hand, been up and down, mostly down. And I'll tell you right now, I want to put this to rest, because if it happens, I'll be stunned. I'll probably drop dead, have a heart attack, because I don't think it's going to ever happen. Not everybody, all fans, sports, media people, writers, all this shit, think that the Mets and the Yankees would trade for Syndergaard or DeGrom for one of the Yankees players or a bunch of prospects. It's not going to happen. As much as I love to trust me, I would love to have DeGrom or Syndergaard. If we add DeGrom or Syndergaard to the rotation we got now, we're winning the World Series. There's no doubt in my mind that if we get any caliber pitcher as good as DeGrom or Syndergaard, if one of those guys, I don't care who you give up, because we got so many prospects in the minor leagues, I don't give a shit who we give up, because the guys we got now are fine. We don't need to trade the guys we got now. Don't trade anyone who's on the roster now, on the main roster. Do not. Okay? Keep everyone you got. There's tons of other guys. We got the other starting pitchers down in the minor leagues right now are doing okay. They're not doing great. They haven't brought up Justice Sheffield yet, who I'd like to see before we go trade for, maybe a DeGrom or another. Like I said, I don't think we're getting DeGrom or Syndergaard. I don't think the Mets are going to do it. Unless they're really like the prospects that we're offering. But yeah, I'd say it's like a 90 to 10% chance that the Yankees Mets do a trade. And like I said, I don't see it happening. I can see them getting somebody else from another team for a good pitcher but I don't see them trading with the Mets. So Mets fans don't even care. A couple of my buddies are like, they won't trade with them. And anyway, if they do, why would they give Syndergaard to DeGrom? They're the two best pitchers they got. And unless they're going to get back, and the prospects we've brought up so far have worked out. But you don't know how they're going to do it on another team in another environment, whatever. Granted, it's still New York, but it's a whole different way. It's a whole different way. Bronx, Queens, Mets, Yankees. It's like I said, I don't see it happening. Wrestling, on the other hand, has been Money in the Bank was good. Alexa Bliss won the Money in the Bank ladder match. Cashed in later on during the Ronda Rousey Nia Jax championship match, which was shocking. It was a good twist. Alexa Bliss is a 5-time champion, which is crazy. But she's entertaining. She's good. As much as everyone's like, oh, they're kind of beating a dead horse with her. They're kind of making her the new Roman Reigns. No, because Roman Reigns sucks. And the fact that and Braun Strowman won the Money in the Bank men's ladder match, which it was like a 50-50 chance he was going to win it just because he's the biggest guy in the match. I didn't see because they can do so many rivalries with the other guys. Samoa Joe, and then they had Raw was very boring. Nothing. Ronda Rousey got suspended for beating the hell out of Alexa Bliss, and Kurt Angle for 30 days, which I think there's why they did that. It's just of course she's not really suspended. It's just part of the storyline. I think because she still needs more training. I think the last match she had at the Money in the Bank, you saw a couple of not botches, but a couple of things that didn't look too good for her and for Nia Jax. Granted, Nia Jax weighs her by like 100 pounds, but I just saw a couple of things that she didn't look sturdy. Like when she went to the top rope, she didn't look confident in going to the top rope, which I don't blame her. But Money in the Bank pay-per-view actually. The two matches, the Nakamura AJ Styles last match was the match of the night. I'm sorry, it stole the show, and it's probably their best match out of all the matches they've had so far, and definitely ended the rivalry. Because now on SmackDown they had a gauntlet match with Daniel Bryan, a Miz, which is going to start since they both didn't win. That's going to start a rivalry just because of the way it happened. So if you didn't see SmackDown, go back and watch it. They're probably going to start a feud, which would be awesome because. I've wanted. They should have done it when he first came back, but anyways, that's beside the point. They released Big Cass after Daniel Bryan beat him at Money in the Bank. I don't know. They said he was having problems with with the producers, and he was at the European tour. He was drunk, and I don't know. Cut him now while you can. Like I said, I didn't see. They definitely screwed him up in Enzo. They should have kept them as a tag team and let them win the belts. I was watching the thing when they first appeared the night on Raw when they interrupted the Dudley Boys. The pop they got was louder than any pop I've heard for any other tag team in a long time. And the fact they never let them win the tag belts was ridiculous. They were so popular and they were great together. Everyone loved the whole SJWF soft and Enzo on the mic. It was good and they didn't. Vince killed it off too fast, but. I'm going to say, that's how it happens. So they had the gauntlet match, with Miz, Daniel Bryan, Samoa Joe, Rusev, and who was the other guy? Rusev, oh my God, there was 5 guys. It was Rusev, Samoa Joe, Miz, Daniel Bryan, and Big E. Rusev and Miz, the last 2 guys in, and Rusev won. So I kind of wanted Miz win and have Miz against AJ Styles, but Rusev, AJ Styles, they're both so popular right now, so it was kind of like face against a face. Like, who's the heel there? Like, I don't think there's a heel. Because AJ's still pretty popular. She's still kind of the face, even though he slapped Aiden English after the match after Rusev won. Because, he did the whole Aiden English with shake, AJ's hand and went. And then AJ was like, oh, you're a dick, and punched him. And Rusev didn't go after AJ, though, which I was kind of like, eh. So I guess, maybe it's more of a face-face thing, because Rusev is really over now. Like, Rusev Day and all that shit. I like Rusev. I don't think I like them better as a heel. As a good guy, he's kind of goofy, but the fans are loving Rusev Day shit, so whatever. Next pay-per-view is Extreme Rules, is where AJ is going to defend against Rusev. I don't know what's going to happen with the Universal title. They said supposedly Brock's not defending it until even after SummerSlam, which in my case is complete bullshit. Just let him lose the belt. Let freaking Braun Strowman beat him. Cash in the Money in the Bank, wherever he is, and let it happen. Because everyone's sick of it. That's why Royal Ratings suck. The main title, the heavyweight title, the Universal title, is your main title. And it's never on. He's never on. It's a joke. Seth Rollins lost to Dolph Ziggler, which was shocking, but I think that's setting up Seth Rollins eventually going to take on Brock Lesnar, I think, maybe down the road. I don't know about that. Otherwise, there's nothing been really super spectacular. Sanity debuted on SmackDown, beating the hell out of the Usos. That was good. The Bludgeon Brothers are still kicking everybody's ass as the tag team champions as they beat Gallows and Anderson again. After they beat them already at Money in the Bank, the Gallows and Anderson won the rematch at SmackDown, and they lost again. So Bludgeon Brothers are pretty much the dominating tag team right now. And the tag team scene on Raw is weak. They gotta, it's just, I don't know. They should have brought Sanity. Authors of Pain were up, and we haven't seen them. Where are they? Wrestling to me is Vince has to hand the reins down to Triple H, Stephanie, and Shane because he doesn't know what he's doing anymore. He's getting senile. The man's been a genius for so many years, but he doesn't know what the fans want anymore. He really doesn't. Like, he's got to balance. He's catering too much to the millennials. Too much. The whole PG thing, man. It works to an extent, but it's not as entertaining as it used to be. Like I said, wrestling will never be. To me, I love wrestling. And like I said, I'll never stop watching wrestling just because of the entertainment value and the wrestling, the athletics, the sport part of it, because these guys are athletes and stuff. But I just don't. The entertainment value's definitely gone down a lot. But SmackDown's been really good, and Raw's been bad. And it used to be SmackDown was the B show, and Raw was the A show. Now, flip flop. I think SmackDown's way better. I just wanted to see Finn Balor. Finn Balor's getting buried on Raw, dude. He's on the big man show, and he's the littlest guy to me. Besides, if he was on SmackDown with, the matches you could have with him and AJ Styles again, which was awesome when we saw at Survivor Series or whatever it was. They had that match last year. I would love to see that again. Finn Balor versus Daniel Bryan. Finn Balor versus Nakamura. The list goes on and on. The matches. If I was general manager of SmackDown, like Pages, I'd be having a field day with the amount of matches I could make in the next 2 years, alone the next 6 months with the guys you got. Samoa Joe, and AJ and Nakamura and Daniel Bryan now and Miz. Like, there's so many combos of great matches you can have. And I'll tell you right now, and Raw, who do you got besides Strowman and Balor? Really? Roman Reigns and Rollins. I'm sorry, I forgot about Rollins. And Rollins. I'll tell you right now, if Rollins and Balor went to SmackDown, SmackDown would be the greatest show. I wouldn't even bother watching Raw ever. But unfortunately, it's not how it goes. Folks, I just had some comments, questions, and emails to me. Our Mr. X, who, like I said, shout out to him, man. It's just hard, man. With our work schedules, it's not easy. I'm off Fridays. He isn't. So it's the way it goes. Eventually, we're going to try to do a weekend show maybe. We've been talking, texting, and stuff, but it's hard. Eventually, we'll get Mr. X back on. When? I couldn't tell you. But don't send any emails to Wrestle Talk because Mr. X says supposedly someone hacked it and he can't get into it. So send them to jerrygman2376@yahoo.com. Questions, comments, emails, topics, whatever you want me to talk about. I'm taking all sorts of questions and everything now. Not just about sports, entertainment, movies. Deadpool 2. I think I talked about that. Yeah, I did. That's a while ago. I'm sorry. I'm getting confused with days and weeks now. My friend Joe E., Class 94 alum. Shout out to him. Sent me some questions. I'm gonna put some right here. I just got them up, pulled them up here on my phone. Questions for your show. First question: starting 9 baseball players plus 1 reliever, all under the ages of 26 years old. I'll get back to you on that one, just because I didn't have time to look that one up. I could there's a couple of guys I can name off the top of my head, but they're mostly Yankees, and I know you don't want to hear that because you're a Red Sox fan. So I'll get back to that one at a later date. Thoughts on Argentina crushed by Croatia in the World Cup? This is funny because, like I said, I spoke earlier. My father-in-law is a big soccer fan. He's from Croatia, and Croatia won, and I was so happy for him because my mother-in-law says, I couldn't believe how happy he was. He was screaming and yelling, and like I said, I'm not from Europe or any European countries where I'm not into soccer. Like I said, the USA team, I don't think the USA team is even in it. So I'm happy for my father-in-law. I'm happy for Croatia. I'm going with Croatia. I don't think they'll win the whole thing, but it'll probably be Spain or Portugal or somebody. What would happen if our best athletes played soccer? How long before we win a World Cup? Who knows, dude? It would be awesome to see, but like I said, I don't know much about soccer, and I could care less. But if we had like all the other professionals on the other teams, I think we'd be just as good. We'd be definitely a lot better than we are now. Best beer on a hot day. See, I've had a couple of different beers lately, and granted, it's not really technical. It's just turning summer now. I like Leinhaugel's Summer Shandy, which is really good. But the one I just had recently, Bud Light Orange, with delicious, very good. I think it's better than Bud Light Lime. Best car nicknames: Knockin' Boots, Red Alert, the Shaggin' Wagon, or any others you can think of. I don't know if you remember Joe back in high school, but I had a brown Nissan. I think it was, what was it? It wasn't a Sentra, but I had a brown, shit brown. So it got named the Shitmobile. Was my car's nickname was the Shitmobile. Was it a great nickname? No, but it was funny. The Shaggin' Wagon, I like that one. Knockin' Boots. It's kind of funny. I can't think I had another good nickname for my old car. I don't just name them people names. I never really had besides a Shitmobile, I had my one truck that I owned was Black Beauty. Because anytime I freaking got it washed, it shined so beautifully. It was like a black, beautiful horse, glowing in the sunlight. But that was years ago. With a remake of Top Gun in the near future and the abomination that was Point Break, what are 5 movies that should never be remade? Dude, there's movies that have been remade already that shouldn't have been remade. Dude, any remake is terrible. I don't think I've seen one good remake of a movie. The Karate Kid was terrible. Ghostbusters was stupid. Like Dirty Dancing, but I think they did a TV show. It wasn't a movie, but it was a TV movie or whatever. But they gotta leave them alone. Leave these 80 movies alone, okay? Do not. You can't. Breakfast Club, don't do it. Don't do Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Don't do any of the old 80s, early 90s movies because you're just going to ruin them. What 5 movies, if remade today, would be amazing? I don't know. Depends on the cast, the actors. You know, the cast depends. Like Breakfast Club would be good to see, but you'd have to get the right good cast. Top Gun, I don't even. I'm just dreading that. Oops, oh, this just popped up on the screen. What other movies? I'd like to see Predator, maybe, because I like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I would maybe see his son play him. I don't know. Best offensive defensive playbook in Madden. Ooh, that's a good one. G-Funk, what's up, Jay? I don't know, man. I haven't played Madden, honestly, in a while just because I can't stand it anymore, dude. The gameplay's gotten so bad online that I can't even, like, it's not even, like, if I'm playing somebody in my own house or at someone's house, I'd rather play that way because online has been terrible. Like, getting disconnected and the game's really slow or it speeds up too fast at certain times. The playbook, I think the best one was I want to say 2000... I think it was the old 49ers playbook years ago. I think it was like early 2000s. I can't remember what year it was, but their playbook was really good. Would you rather kiss Donald Trump, Donald Sutherland, Mike Judge, or Aaron Judge? Aaron Judge. 10 people alive or dead you'd most want to drink beers with. Whew. Drink beers with, wow. That's a really good one. Stone Cold Steve Austin is the first one. Babe Ruth. Mickey Mantle. Robert Downey Jr. Oh man, that's like what, 4 right there? 3 or 4? The Rock. Who else? Man, that's a good question. Drink beers with. Colin Farrell. Because my wife loves him. I don't know. There's probably a few more people I'd really have to think about it. But those like 5 right there I named were ones definitely. What would you rather do? Eat a bum's underwear or take a shower with Kevin Spacey? That's a fun question. Probably not a bum's underwear. And if I'm taking a shower with Kevin Spacey, can we wear bathing suits? Do we have to be naked? Because I'm definitely not eating a bum's underwear. Best exotic pet. Ooh. I sent this one guy who, not a monkey. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of something else. One guy had a Komodo dragon, which was insane, but cool at the same time. First 5 purchases after receiving $10 million. Oh my god, dude! 5 first purchases. First of all, I'd build the greatest house ever. I would never want to leave my house. Number one. Once I build it, I'd have everything in it that I'd ever want. Bowling alley, huge pool, slide, arcade. My house would be like the kids would come to my house just to play, no matter what. Season tickets for the rest of my life to the Yankees in the luxury box. Probably a new car, most likely. A nice, cool car that I've always wanted. A beach house down in Florida. And, of course, pay off all my debt. before I do all those. That would be first thing, pay off all my debt now, and then the rest would be that. Three most annoying sounds ever. Nails on the chalkboard. There's this one machine at my old job that used to make this godforsaken sound. It was like, and it would just do that like over and over again. Like eventually I got earplugs, but I didn't really have to deal with it that bad. Only once in a while, but still sucked. And the last question I'm not going to answer just for the sake of I'm not getting argument with my wife later over it. So anyways, thanks for the questions, Mr. Joe E. Class of 94. And then Mr. J. Amare has sent me a question on here that I'm about to get to. He says, for $1 million, would you burn a Bible? My family's very religious. My grandparents would probably roll over in their grave if that ever happened. I'd probably say no. Any other book? Yes, but not the Bible. That's because religious. My family's super religious Catholic. We're not as religious as we used to be. We're still, church and everything. When we go. John Wynn, hey dude, if your wife gave you a hall pass, who would it be? That's a good one. I don't know. There's so many beautiful, actresses and celebrities and athletes and other people out there. I don't know. There's a lot of, but I can't really think of any off the top of my head. Like I said, I can think of a few, but it'd be hard just to choose one. That's about it. I think I covered everything. Which food makes you your most gassy? Tacos. Don't give me tacos ever. Don't especially Taco Bell tacos. Forget it. You will not want me anywhere near you after I eat. At least 20 minutes after I eat them. You better hope I'm leaving your house or we're eating outside. Joe, you joined me now and you just missed me answer all your questions. You have to go back and watch now. You're killing me, man. You're killing me. But I'm going to do another show. Like I said, Fridays, 12 o'clock is the new time. So you got to catch me this time. Because, my daughter, well, now school's over. She's not with me now. She's at her grandma's house. But she's going back to school soon for summer session. But 12 o'clock every Friday now, I'm going to be doing my shows. So try to catch me. Pass the word along. Send me questions, comments, emails. jerrygman2376@yahoo.com. And hopefully get Mr. X back on in the near future. Shout out to him. Hopefully he's listening or watching. And that's about it, folks. Summer plans, not much, my man. My vacation, like I said, it's just started a new job, so I'm not really going to have a vacation. Probably just go to the beach maybe. Go visit some friends down the Jersey Shore later in the summer. Our big next vacation is probably not till October. We're going down to Florida to see family, visit my sister, and probably go to Disney for the day, maybe 2 days. But that's not till October. But not going to super huge summer plans. Mostly just hanging out. Probably go a couple of places here and there. Take the daughter to the probably this park, to the water park, whatever. Down the shore. That's about it. But otherwise, summer's gonna be pretty. I went to the Yankee game last week. Oh, funny story. I like I said, I completely forgot. Everyone saw my my video of my friend and Larry and I went to the Yankee game last week at the end, and we went. The story before that, before we sat in our seats and stuff, my ticket said we can get into the Pepsi Lounge. So I went to the Pepsi Lounge, and we get in there. We're looking at the menu. We want to get something, see what we can get to eat, because we were hungry. We didn't want to really. We didn't really eat. I didn't really eat that much before we went. So we went there, ordered. We looked at the menu, like, oh, and there's loaded, like not loaded potato skins, loaded tater tots. And we're like, oh, awesome. We both love tater tots. We'll split them. We'll order, thinking, we'll have a decent amount of those and we'll eat later on during the game. So we order the tater tots, have a couple beers, whatever. And we're sitting there waiting for the food. And Larry goes, I'll be right back and go see if the food's ready. So he goes, gets the food. He comes back and he's got, I saw him look, as he goes over, I see him, talking to the guy, the guy at the bar with, hands him the food and stuff. And he's like, I'm like, I'm wondering what's wrong. So he was walking over, he's looking at me, and he's got this face. I'm like, what's the matter, dude? He's like, okay. He's like, to me, doesn't tater tots mean plural to you? I'm like, yeah, of course, What do you mean? So as he goes like this and shows me There's 4 tater tots. They were pretty big tater tots, but they weren't. Dude, tater tots to me are like more than 10. You know, you got to give me more than 4 tater tots. They were like maybe golf ball sized tater tots, but they had the bacon, the cheese, and all the stuff on them and everything. But there's 4, so we each got 2 each. We paid $13 for 4 tater tots. Never again. Pepsi Lounge was nice because you can look out in center field. You know, from the black. You know, if anyone watches Yankee games, the big black booth in center field. That's the Pepsi Lounge. You can look out and watch the game. The only thing is you can't hear nothing. Like you can't hear the crack of the bat. You can only hear it on the TVs that they have inside. But there's no windows that open up to to the outside. They keep them closed for that reason. And so Aaron Judge or freaking stands in a line driving to the center field and kills somebody. But but dude, we were both like, holy shit. So we eventually eventually ate later on because we were still hungry after all having 2 freaking tater tots each. So but anyways, I was like, I said, if you go to Pepsi Lounge, don't order food. And their drinks are super expensive as well, but that's Yankee Stadium for you. But they had, not only that beer, they also served, they had mixed drinks and everything. But the menu itself, like, I'd rather have gotten a sandwich. At least you get more money for you out of the sandwich than you would have fucking had 2 tater tots. But John says, what did John just ask? John just asked, is the liver spot on your cheek getting bigger? No, it's actually I think it's gotten smaller. I've got to check that out. It's nothing. Tater tots, are you 12? Hey, man, tater tots are awesome. I don't care how old you are. If you don't have tater tots, then there's something wrong with you. Were the chicken nuggets and juice boxes good? Funny, John, funny. Anyways, folks, like I said, comments, questions, emails, jerrygman2376@yahoo.com. Pass the word along. I'm trying to get more viewers, of course, as everyone else knows. But until then, I got to go. Until next time, I got to go. I'll see you when I see you.
We some Southern boys with the farmer strength. Ain't nobody